Hi, I'm Chef Gail Sokol and welcome to my kitchen. Did you know candied lemon peel is not just for fruitcake anymore? And that's what we're going to be making today. Candied lemon peel can be chopped up fine and put into a scone recipe or pound cake or just nibbled on as a candy. And it's so easy to make. So if you ever see this stuff in the grocery store, it doesn't taste half as good as homemade. So I'm going to take 3 lemons and just for speed, I'm just going to cut up 1 lemon and show you what to do. So because this is the most flavorful part of the lemon, the colorful part, the yellow, you want to make sure that that's what we're actually going to be candying, and we're not going to be candying the white as much. It can be bitter, and we're going to be boiling it out, and that's why you do have to boil it at first. So we're going to cut both ends off, get about ½ inch on both sides. All right. And then, so you have this, all right? And then you're going to take a smaller knife and just cut down, straight down, all right? I can smell the lemon because you can, once you breach and go into that peel, the oils come right out. And you're going to go around the perimeter or the circumference of this lemon. You can easily do this with grapefruit. You can do this with oranges. And oranges are bigger and a little bit easier to separate from, the meat of the flesh of the fruit. So you see this? So I'm going to pull this out. This you can actually squeeze and make lemonade later. And what I'm going to do is just cut around again. It's a little bit messy at first, so watch. I'm just going to go around. You want to get the flesh out. That's what you're trying to do. It's so much cleaner and easier with oranges, but lemons are a little bit tighter. So you see what I've got here? I'm just going to cut that now in half. So you have 2 halves. All right. I'm going to wipe some of the seeds and the juice off. And then I'm going to just sort of go around and get some of that flesh off. So just almost like you're filleting it. You want to get that flesh off and then go to the other side. Hopefully you won't get squirted in the eye like I have a few times. Get that flesh out, and this is what you want. You see? I got a little smile. All right, you're going to do the same with the other one. Just sort of cut that out. So you should have a little bit of white, and you should have mostly yellow. Cut that out. And once you do this, you're going to do this for all 3. You can do as many lemons as you want, but this is based on 3. Get that out. Feel like you're doing surgery. Then I take my big chef's knife, and I'm going to take small, like 1/3 or 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, whatever you decide, little slices. So see what I'm doing? Little slices. Your peel, and this is what you're candying. Now, the first time I did this as a pastry chef in a restaurant, the executive chef actually taught me to take a vegetable peeler and just peel. But I love the way these look, so I think they're very, very cool. So I'm going to put them in a bowl. I'm going to do the same with the other one. I'm just going to show you again how you do it. If there's a teeny little bit of flesh on there, that's fine, don't worry about it, but it really should be very minimized. You want very little. You want basically just the peel. And there is some bitterness, so we're going to actually get rid of that. There is one of 2 ways to do it. Maybe you've seen some recipes where you actually boil the peel in a saucepan with water, then you change the water out, put the peel in, bring it to a boil again with more water, do it again 3 times. You can do that, but I choose the lazy method. Just pour water over this. Pretend this is 3 lemons. I'm only doing 1 lemon. And then you're going to refrigerate this. So you just cover it with water, no amount, just cover it with water. Put it in the fridge overnight, let them chill, and then the next day, you're going to actually bring it to a boil with fresh water. Just bring that peel to a boil, and then this is what you have. So these are peeled that have basically the bitterness boiled out of them. So that water has been changed after we soak them. And you can see the difference. They actually look a little different. One looks a little bit fresher, and this looks a little limp. And now we're going to caramelize these with some sugar, all right, and some water. So let me move this out of the way, and I'm going to put this on. So I have 1 cup of sugar in here. You would put 1 cup of sugar and half a cup of water. And because I'm only doing 1 lemon, I halved those ingredients. So I have half a cup of sugar and a 1/4 cup of water. But I'd like you to do it based on the recipe that I'm giving you, the wonderful recipe. So come on over here. And you can see I have the sugar and water, and you're going to stir it. You're going to put it over high heat. All right, high heat. And you're trying to bring it to a boil. And while you're watching that gloriousness happen, I'm going to take my spoon out because I don't want to start any crystallization. So I'm going to move this spoon into my sink. Let it go to a boil, but don't leave the kitchen. You cannot leave this. All right, I'm leaving only for a second to wash my hands because they're going to get all sticky. All right. In the meantime, while you're waiting for this, you're going to get a few things ready. You're going to get some sugar. You're going to get a plate. And as we get closer, I'll let you know what we're doing. So right now you have your sugar water. It's coming to a boil. It's going to be at a boil any second. And then what you're going to do is put your boiled, chilled, all right, sort of they've been through the mill really, really have suffered a lot for this. And they're going to be put into this sugar, this caramelizing sugar. You're never going to get to a brown state where you're actually browning it like caramel. All right, so come on over. It's come to a boil, all right, and I'm going to put our lemon peel in, and you're actually going to glaze them. If you've ever made like glazed carrots, very similar. Now, if you notice, the lemon peel are sort of in like moon shapes. They're like C's. As they start boiling and relaxing and caramelizing, you're going to see them straighten out. It's sort of a cool process. Now, this boiling can take 5 minutes. It can take 5 or 6 minutes, depending on how hot your mixture is. But you can see, look, come back. And you can see how that's really boiling. And look at all the steam coming up. That's evaporation. That's your water hitting 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Don't worry about a thermometer. Just let it go and caramelize. All right? But you're not going to go far. And in the meantime, what you're going to do is get a sheet pan with some either aluminum foil, or you can get wax paper. Get that ready to receive your beautiful sugar, because we need to sugar them again. They're going to get glazed here, and then we're going to sugar them. You can actually see, if we take one out, it's sort of glazed. It's getting glazed, all right? But it's going to take a few minutes before it actually gets glazed, because this water's going to evaporate, and then all that's left is basically this cooked down sugar. And you still want it to be a syrup, so you don't want any color on this. Don't let it brown. For goodness sakes, don't let it brown. And then when it's ready, you're going to take it off of here, and you're going to dredge it in granulated sugar. All right, so I'm all ready. I'm not leaving here. I'm stuck like glue to my candied lemon zest, or my candied lemon peel. You can use, this is the zest. But if you notice, it's getting viscous and viscous and viscous, more and more thickened, and thicker, more of a sugary syrup, you can see. See, it's got some viscosity to it. It's got some body to it now, right? And once you're done with this, I have a bowl of sugar, all right, a small bowl of sugar. And you may need more depending on how many lemons you do. 3 lemons should give you probably 40 strips. You can do more if you want. You can do less if you want. You can do this with lime as well. I've tried it. Lime, getting the meat or the fruit flesh out of the lime is a little more difficult because the peel of a lime is thinner. So you might want to take a vegetable peeler if you're going to do lime. But any citrus fruit, this will work for any citrus fruit. All right. And as you're doing this, you're actually cooking. Look how thick this is. Look at this, baby. We got this. Look how beautiful. Even from a few seconds ago, look at that beautiful thickness and glazing. You see that? And look, we have straightened out. Look at that. Stay there. Don't go anywhere. And I'm going to show you. Look what we had in the beginning. See? Like little C's. Little C's, and now they're straight. So we're getting somewhere. And you can see, watch. It's glazed on the spoon. See the glaze? See how thick that looks? It's a syrup now. It's a lemony syrup. And if you really want lemon flavor, don't juice a lemon. You've got to do stuff with the zest. That's where you get your super, super duper flavor. All right, so I think we're there. So I'm going to shut this off, and I'm going to take it off the heat. Now I want you to see what I'm doing. Look how thick. You see that? You're not going to strain it. It's very hot at this point. You're going to put it on something that is heat proof. So I'm putting it on a kitchen towel. And then what I'm going to do is I've got my sugar ready. I've got 2 forks, okay? And I'm going to take, if you want to take a look in here, maybe you can take a look. And I'm just going to separate them. So maybe do a few at a time. Sort of put them in my sugar. Oh, and they stick together. Don't worry, this is good. They love to be together. And you're just going to coat them. Oh, they're beautiful. And they will need to recrystallize. So you're going to really want your, to do this sort of not like en masse. You want to do it individually. So each one gets an individual little bit. And you just sort of lay them next to each other like little lemon soldiers. Okay? And just separate them out. They will dry and caramelize, not caramelize, but they'll crystallize, recrystallize the sugar. And you'll have these crispy little lemon bites. And at this point, you could chop these, you could mince them and put it into any type of a recipe. I think they'd be great in scones or muffins, or a fruit cake, that Christmas fruit cake. You could really give it a nice little update, if you will. All right. So I'm going to keep doing that. All right. And in the meantime, after I do this and I let them dry, I can either serve them on a little candy dish if I want to serve them as a candy. I remember doing this once for a dinner party and people were like, "You made this? What?" And it's so easy to make. I mean, it's so crazy that if you do it, you can see how easy. It takes like 2 seconds. So let me show you the ones I have already done. All right, so let me go get those. And of course, I always like to melt some chocolate. So I'm going to show you that I've melted some chocolate. So I've just taken a little chocolate. This is optional. You don't need to, but over a double boiler. So I took maybe 1 inch of water in a bottom pot, brought it to a boil, took it off the heat, and then put some bittersweet chocolate in here. It could be white chocolate, anything you want. And look what I got, these little darlings. Look, look, look. And they've actually crystallized. Okay, you see them? They've crystallized. They are yummy. And then if you want to, you can take each of these little lemon soldiers and you can dip them in the chocolate. They also would make fabulous garnishes on desserts. So a chocolate cake, anything you want, they would be a beautiful garnish. And people are like amazed that you can make these so easily. And once this chocolate hardens, you must eat one. Crunchy, lemony, really like wow lemon, pow lemon. Oh my goodness, fabulous. You gotta try these. Be a subscriber. Till next time.